and it's taken a while, but nonetheless, Nicholas has arrived. Where were you? Because I saw you on the phone before, and I went across to you, and then, people were texting about you and everything, and then, you weren't there. What happened?
It's a bit of a mystery, I don't know. But in any case, I just wanted to comment on the ABC coverage. I don't know about the television coverage, but I caught snippets of their description on the radio, on local ABC here, and I thought it was quite good. It was quite eloquent rather, and understated. I don't really particularly want people screaming and yelling Happy New Year every 5 seconds. I don't think that makes for a good approach. So I actually gives a thumbs up to the ABC radio coverage in any case.
Well, and so you should, because after all, you're paying for it.
Indeed, my taxes are paying for it, but that's one positive, I guess, for the night and the early morning. And I just, based on your comments
hang on a minute.
Yeah. Hello?
No, I can hear you. Hang on. What are you playing in the background?
I'm playing 2MBS FM, some classic in the background.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're ringing me up.
Yeah.
But you're not even listening to the show.
I am listening to the show.
You said you've got another...
radios. I've got two radio sets. One is tuned to 2GB. The other is tuned to 2MBS FM. It's music.
Do you know that not one of the listeners are going to believe you?
Oh, come on. Surely I can listen to some music and the talk on the 2GB at the same time.
No one's going to believe you. I mean,
come on.
No, I'm telling you. I'll give you, as soon as the texts come in, people will go, Nicholas is lying, Phil. He's not listening to you.
Look, I am sure that there are thousands of people out there that play music in the background while listening to the program. I
don't
can guarantee it.
I don't know. In my 45 years on the wireless and 62 years on this planet, I have never known once somebody listening to two radio stations at the same time.
It's because one of the radio stations has music, the other is talk, and you can combine the two. In any case, look, you mentioned something about preferring a laser show to the actual fireworks.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that because there's something very primeval, very basic to human nature that's tied up with fire. And the fireworks represents something very close to our link to this earth. And I don't think an electronic laser show quite matches that sense of excitement that fireworks can bring.
Okay, can I counter that with, if the cavemen had lasers in the first place, we never would have had any need for fireworks?
That's ahistorical. That doesn't seem logical.
Well, your argument's logical?
I'm basing it on the idea that fire represents something very basic to our humanity and our link to the earth in a way that electronics can't. And our discovery of fire and our utilization of fire came well before the development of electricity.
Okay, well, let me counter that with this then. Going back to the cavemen, which is obviously your source of reference here, and you've somewhat become an authority on that and fire. But I'll just stick to.
No, I'm not saying I've become an authority. That's just an opinion of mine based on what I acknowledge about humanity.
Right. Well, okay. You've also become an expert on humanity. Then let me ask you this, and I bet you can't answer me this because I bet it never happened. I bet the cavemen never listened to two radio stations at the same time.
How could they when you didn't have radio at that time?
Well, Sandra,
it's a different historical period.
Right, but Sandra, your biggest fan, actually says Nicholas wouldn't lie to you, but I think that's because secretly Sandra's in love with you, as you know. However, I
think with Sandra, it's a meeting of minds, and that's what counts.
Right. However,
spiritual union.
Robert said what we're all thinking. You're lying.
Oh, come on. You're telling me that you've never been in a situation where you've had music playing in the background and you've been in a conversation with somebody or listening
Different.
to
No,
something?
no, that's completely different. No, one
It's not
is.
completely.
Yeah, of
It's
course
not
it is.
entirely different.
No, of course it is. It's like saying I've got two televisions on and I'm watching two shows at the same time. You can't do it. And by the way, Robert also says fire and fireworks, two completely different things.
Okay, all right. Look, the essence of my argument is this: that you can have music in the background and listen to a radio station in the same way that you can go into a restaurant and have music in the background and eat and talk with people that are situated at the same table.
No, they're two different
Surely
things.
that's logical.
No, it's not. And JJ says, so what, do you listen to one station in one ear and one in the other ear?
Oh, come on, that's silly. That is silly.
Well, you've put it out there.
No, look, we have the capacity to listen to music and also undertake another task or listen to a spoken conversation on the radio. It is quite natural and quite easy to do.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I could have had a radio, a stereo in the background. I could have had a CD playing. But the fact that there's music playing in the background doesn't stop me from listening to 2GB.
somebody else just said on the text here, can't do two things at once. He's fibbing.
Oh, come now.
No, yeah.
In any case, look,
Yes.
I wish you and all the listeners a brilliant new year. And I hope that the program continues with lots of stimulating conversation and controversy as well.
Well, I mean, we all want that, but you wouldn't know because you're too busy listening to some other ABC radio classical music
look,
station.
it's not it's actually 2MBS FM.
Well, it's about the third time you've plugged them.
Well, it's a great station. I mean, they were the first FM radio station in Sydney to have a systematic program back in 1975.
Crikey.
Yeah.
Why don't you just marry them then?
Oh, look, I think there are a lot of intelligent listeners out there that also listen to MBS FM. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
They do have some great jazz as well.
All right, calm down.
Yeah.
Nicholas is a trendsetter. I have two devices, also on simultaneously. One is doom scrolling Facebook reels, while the other one has the volume low, waiting to be raised for when Phil's program is on, so I can have a listen, says Reg. By the way, Nicholas is fibbing. He didn't actually say that. I just added that last bit myself.
I think you're trying to be deliberately controversial.
I
here.
am. That's going to be
in any case, it's very entertaining.
Yeah, that's going to be my thing. I'm going to be the newsstand Zamanek of 2026, and I'll just argue with people about everything.
Indeed. Oh, that's great. It makes for great radio.
Mate, love
And
you.
I appreciate the challenge as well.
Of course. Love you, mate. Thank you so much for all of your contributions last year. But also, we'll talk to you again in 2026. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you very much.
By the way, it's impossible to listen to two radio stations at the same time. I think I got him. By the way, Tracy just said on the email, hello, Tracy on the Central Coast. I've never heard such rubbish. People listening to two radio stations at the same time. He's dreaming. He just wants an argument with such rubbish. Well, is this the right room for an argument is the question, Tracy, but you're right. On the other hand, no name on this text, but they said, let's face it, Phil, in Nicholas's defence, some of us can walk and chew gum at the same time and others can't. Careful. Careful what you're saying there. Don't sell your soul to the devil. We all remember what happened to Faust. And also, when the devil went down to Georgia, he was looking for a soul to steal. He was looking for someone listening to two radio stations at the same time as well. Mind you, Maggie says, poor Nicholas, you keep winding him up and he keeps coming back for more. There's a few people coming in. JJ says, I have and listen to two radios at once. One is, but they're both tuned into 2GB, so I can listen to, them two at the same time. Well, there you go. And by the way, get ready for Western Australia. Yes, it's not going to be long now till we get to Western Australia. Only women, says Will, spelt WINNIN. Only women can listen to two radios at the same time because women can multitask. Men can't, Nicholas. So don't you realise that you're lying there too? And Julie just said further to Nicholas, who, by the way, set the phones on fire. Well, that's why they call it background music, says Julie. And that's exactly right. That's my point too. And Another one, they didn't have radio back then. You just heard things by listening to the grapevine. But I don't think they listened to more than one grapevine at the same time. Thank you, Sean, for that salient point. And Michael just came straight to the truth here. And he says Nicholas got caught out because he's lying. Yep, absolutely. Happy New Year, Claire.